Shedeur Sanders. I don't know if there's a more divisive player in this draft than Shedeur Sanders. Not because of the talent on the field, but because of how fan bases react to him. The talent on the field, it seems like everyone kind of agrees with him that has watched his film and has studied his draft profile. But the fan bases, it's a little bit different because he has this feeling of the next generation of great, being from the prime time family. To be completely honest, it's a big reason why so many people love him and so many people can't stand him. I'm indifferent on him. I see issues in his film which worries me, so I'm excited to talk about Shedeur Sanders today. The good, the bad, and where is he going to be drafted at? Let's find out and discuss that together. Now, for Shedeur Sanders, the number one thing we have to talk about is he was with his dad his entire college career. Started at Jackson State, put up 30 and 40 touchdown seasons. Very impressive. And yes, against weaker competition, but hey, that's still a lot of touchdowns. He had a 65.9% completion percentage his freshman year, then jumped to 70% his sophomore year at the FCS level. Once he transferred to the FBS level, it stayed in that range. It was at 69.3% his junior year, his first year at the FBS level, and then his final year at the FBS level, 74% completion percentage. Now, a lot of that was RPOs, screens, play action, a lot of give-me throws. But you know what's impressive about that? He still had to set his feet and hit his target every single time. And that is very impressive. Did he have interceptions his final year? Yes, he had 10, which is 7 more than he had the prior year at Colorado. But still, it doesn't worry me because he was someone who was maybe opening up a bit more. He was taking a little bit more gambles. He had Travis Hunter down there. Why not throw it? He had another guy I really like in Jimmy Horn Jr. to throw the ball to. He had good players, and he got them the ball utilizing their skill set. Travis Hunter was a great contested catch receiver. He threw it for Travis Hunter to make those contested catch plays or just make the spectacular catches we all saw Hunter make every single week. And Jimmy Horn Jr., he hit him in stride. He led him to the open spots and where you really want to see a quarterback thrive at the college level. Now, those are some goods. There are some bads, and the big one is, does he have an arm for the NFL to elite arm? I don't think his arm is elite, and that's fine. Not everyone's going to have the Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen arm. Those are very rare, but he's got a good enough arm for the NFL to be a good starting quarterback. It reminds me a bit of Ryan Tannehill and almost a Baker Mayfield-esque, which is right around where I see him fitting in at his highest potential, is a top 12 quarterback that can win a lot of good games when the team surrounds him very good, or just maybe he evolves. He is not a complete player. This is just with what I noticed on his film of the guys that remind me. It was a lot of Baker Mayfield, it was a lot of Ryan Tannehill, and that's nothing to be ashamed of. Both had great mobility, both had a decent arm, both are very good off play action, can hit their guys in stride, and won big-time games. Baker Mayfield was the first quarterback in Browns history, and this is new franchise history from when they came back, to win an effing playoff game. And Ryan Tannehill took the Titans to the AFC Championship, and the following year won the 1 seed. They won games, and it was very good. Now, does Shedeur have the elite traits that maybe someday he can? I think his arm accuracy gives you a lot of hope that maybe one day he can become that. I think his footwork is very advanced for a college quarterback entering the NFL. He reads defenses very well, and he was coached by an NFL offensive mind in Pat Shurmur his final year. Now, I'm not the biggest Pat Shurmur fan as an offensive coordinator in modern NFL, but he clearly did a lot of good work with Shedeur Sanders in helping him evolve his game from where it was the year prior. Like I said, he had a 74% completion percentage. That is impressive. No way you'd dice that up. You can say all of them were give-me throws. They were screens, play action, RPOs. He still had to read them. He still had to get the ball out on time, and he still had to put them in his receiver's hands. It's impressive to say the very least. So with Shedeur Sanders entering the draft, it's very interesting to see where he's going to be picked. Now, I've seen a lot of people say he should go top 3 to the Giants or the Browns. I don't think that's right for Shedeur to be picked in the top 3. I just don't think that's setting him up for success, especially with the package he's entering the NFL with, being the son of Deion Sanders, the megastar from Colorado. It's just not a recipe for success with that high of pick. I don't think he'll ever be the elite guys, as I've said. Not saying he can't be, but I just don't see it right now. I think he'd be better service going middle of the round, back end of the first round. I haven't seen too many draft media people who have had first round grades on him that really watch the film and break it down. And that tells me they know with what I know and with what a lot of people know. He's not going top 10. I've been saying this for a while. I know a lot of people are right now on the Saints drafting him at the time of recording this video. I just don't see it happening. I think the team that's going to draft him is the Pittsburgh Steelers at 21. Now, maybe a trade-up happens. Maybe the Steelers even trade up to make sure no one trades in front of them. But that's the team that I think picks him. And if you're wondering why, who did I just compare Shedeur Sanders to? Ryan Tannehill. Tell me, who was the offensive coordinator for Ryan Tannehill when he did all that good stuff in Tennessee? That man was Arthur Smith. Now, you can say Tannehill had a better run game. Why would you maybe put Shedeur Sanders with the coach who doesn't have that Derrick Henry level player that he relied on? That's very fair. But Shedeur Sanders does play action very well, does RPOs, and does screen game very well. All stuff Arthur Smith really likes to utilize in his offense. Shedeur Sanders attacks the middle of the field, something Arthur Smith really likes for his offense. And lastly, he ticks the Pittsburgh Steelers draft boxes. Steelers like to draft seniors. They like to draft football lineage. They want players who were raised as football players, who endure the game, who eat, breathe, sleep it. Shedeur is the son of Deion Sanders. He very much has the credentials of the son of a football player, one of the best cornerbacks of all time. And that just ticks the boxes that makes me really think he's going to the Steelers. Deion Sanders and Mike Tomlin are close. It's well established. They talk with each other. I'm sure Tomlin has asked 1,000 questions about Shedeur. And here's the other thing. Shedeur will be visiting the Steelers at some point. And when he does, I have a hard time envisioning him leaving there and the team not being like, we're drafting him. They don't have a quarterback at the time of this recording. Aaron Rodgers is not signed. He very well might sign by the time this comes out. That is very possible. But you look at the Steelers right now, they need a quarterback. They need a long-term answer. Shedeur Sanders can be the long-term answer. He can be the guy that Tomlin likes that doesn't turn over the football. The guy that Arthur Smith likes that uses play action and attacks the middle of the field. And can be a guy the fan base can really rally behind. Say what you want about Shedeur Sanders. That Colorado fan base loved him. And you need to win the heart of Steelers fans. We saw it happen with Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett was a Pitt guy. He was beloved by a certain section of the fan base. But then he wasn't. And he was ran out of town by the fans who very much did not like him. You can say what you want. The Steelers need to make a change because of the fan base was unwilling to see Pickett come back. And Shedeur, I believe, can get that fan buy-in. Now, for my overall thoughts on Shedeur Sanders, I think he's a talented guy. I don't really know how he's going to necessarily start out. He's not one of those guys I necessarily want to see play week 1. I think he would very much benefit sitting for a couple weeks at minimum, preferably if your team has a later bye. Maybe you do that. Maybe a mid-season bye is the perfect thing. You can have him watch the game from the sideline, see the NFL speed, which is a big adjustment for any quarterback. The speed is going to be way quicker. Cornerbacks close faster, safeties close faster, linebackers close faster. They're all quicker than they are at the college game. And just seeing that from the sideline, I think, would greatly benefit Shedeur Sanders. But the talent is there. His accuracy is there. His footwork is there. His eyes are really there. I didn't talk about too much. I think he reads defenses very well for a man his age at the position. I don't think it's elite, but I definitely see he knows the game very well. And I'm sure having Deion Sanders coach him up from a young kid, being like, hey, this is what cornerbacks are playing. You got to idolize the cornerbacks. They do this. Look here. Da-da-da. All that. And I'm sure Prime has helped that a lot. And he is close friends with Travis Hunter, a wide receiver cornerback that I'm sure they spent a lot of time discussing what needs to be done. Hey, if the cornerback is looking here, I'm going here because I know with what they're thinking, get the ball to me there. I think that's a lot of things that we'll see help Shedeur Sanders adjust to the NFL and just become a better player overall in the long run. It'll be very fascinating to see how he improves year in, year out. I have a lot of interesting takes on him that I'm excited to discuss after he's drafted when I see the team that's drafting him. Because I could see him very much succeed and be that guy, or I could also see it very much not working out if he doesn't go to the right situation. Anyways, I'm very excited to see where he goes in the NFL draft, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I am making new videos every weekday for the NFL draft up until the NFL draft. If you like this, I'd greatly appreciate it. If you'd share this, I'd really appreciate it. If you're new here, subscribe. I'm trying to hit 200 subscribers by the NFL draft. But hey, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great day, and thank you very much for watching.